Okay, it's 11:55 here, and I make this quick setup to talk to you about the 2019 Oscar ceremony. I think I said last year that despite the goods and the bads, the pretentious, the non-pretentious, and all this stuff, I still like to watch the Oscars just to see some of the pretentious bullshit that many snobby artists wants to watch, and to see if some of the winners deserve to be a winner. It's kind of a little bit of a tradition for me. And right now it's nighttime, and I'm gonna try to go over my opinion about this year's Oscars as quick as possible, and also as quiet as possible, because it's almost midnight and I have a high-pitched voice somehow that I don't want to wake up my relatives upstairs. So anyway, this Oscar, they wanted to go the quick route, considering that this year they had no host. I don't know why they decided to go without a host. And apparently they said that they just tried to make the Oscars end as quick as possible and probably give room to the commercials, because they say that they were going to show the commercials in the Kodak Theater. That's from what I can understand. I'm not exactly a guy who understands things very quickly. But the overall show, I gotta admit that it's probably one of the most boring Oscars I have seen, because I can see why there is a little bit of a need of a host, because I think the host kind of gives out a little bit of spice and something that you could talk about it, and some kind of entertaining value to make it watchable at least, or else you're gonna see just a pretty standard show. And honestly, even the worst of the Oscars, you get something to talk about. I still think that the worst Oscar I have seen is the one that Seth MacFarlane gave. And this year, I'm not gonna say that it's the worst Oscar I have seen. It's probably, I will say that it's the most generic of them all. There are some couple of things that we could talk about, like the wardrobe, or Spike Lee looking dressed up like Prince. That kind of more like makes him look like Waluigi. But that's technically it. It was just kind of like a come and go type of Oscars. But you know what? At least I had a little bit of fun thanks to that I had a relative watching it with me, and we had some friendly conversations about who's gonna win, who's gonna lose, what are the expectations. And especially because my relative recently just watched Roma. I haven't seen the film, but now I feel curious about it. And like I did last year, I wrote it on my sketchbook, my opinion, the winners and all this stuff. So, how about if I give you my opinions about the winners? So anyway, honestly, before I go with the winners of this year's Oscars, I'll talk about a little bit of how the show kind of started out. The show starts out with a tribute to Queens, with I think it was Queens really there, and another guy singing "We Will Rock You" and "We Are the Champions." So some of the most prominent songs from Freddie Mercury and Queens. And then we finally, whoops, my sketchbook kind of falls off my hands. we start out with three actresses that I don't know who they are, but they kind of make this improv joke, and they make jokes, kind of talking about the that this year is not gonna be any host, and that well, they also wanted they made a joke about this bullshit decision of making the popular category nomination. But the way they were handled, it was pretty much lame. I just wanted to have in my hands some tomatoes and throw at them, because that was kind of like a lame opening. But anyway, after that we finally get to go on with the show, which is naming the winners. We started out with the Best Supporting Actress, who Regina King was the winner. An actress that I do respect, but that depends on the role that she was given. She won because of her role of If Beale Street Could Talk. Another one of those movies that I didn't see. Honestly, I did, again, I say that Regina King is a good actress, depending on the situation where she was, because I don't think she wasn't that bad on that. What was it in that movie? The movie that I saw last year, in which she was defending her children from these criminals who were invading the house. I forgot the name of the movie, because that kind of proved how forgettable that movie was. I'll put it there. And then, but continuing on, then later Jason Momoa appeared with his Aquaman hairdo, and I think it was Helen Mirren also there, and they gave the award for Best Documentary to Free Solo. At this moment, at first I thought that the television was getting some sound problems, but the winner was kind of repeating himself. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! And then I noticed, and then my relative was saying, "Hey, no, don't worry. They were just censoring it." That's kind of this is the reason why I don't like censorship, because it takes you off the mood, even when you have some good intentions. But anyway, Free Solo, a documentary about I think a guy who decides to go who alone he climbs a mountain. That's what I could gather. Although, funnily enough, I think the Free Solo will have been a great tagline to show that Han Solo really. You must free Han Solo from all this repertoire that he shot first. Okay, then we got. Then they begin to show the nominations of best movie. I'll get to that. Best makeup and hairstyling. The winner was the one from Vice, and honestly, I was kind of surprised, because that's something that bothers me in most of the Oscars. Usually, the best makeup, they always give it to the one who knows how to transform young people to old people. That's technically the things that they win the most, unless it is Suicide Squad. But the less we talk about that one, the better. And that's weird, because the other one, which I don't remember what's the name of that movie, apparently it had this really creative makeup of a woman that she kind of makes her look like that queen from that Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland. Again, the less we talk about this, the better. And then they come. At least that was kind of like the most fun I had with that. It was two actors that I don't remember the name, but they have this about. I think the woman come up with that really crazy wardrobe in which it's full of plush bunnies, and the other guy he's kind of like a cross-dressing like Mary Poppins. That was actually kind of fun. It's kind of like they were trying to outdo Lady Gaga on her wardrobe preferences. And yeah, they were showing their what was it for best costume, which the winner was Black Panther. That one I agree that Black Panther did have a nice wardrobe. Okay, then we got then again Jennifer Lopez and Chris Evans came and they presented for best production design, which again the winner is Black Panther. Although in my opinion, I just wish that Infinity Wars could have been nominated because this one had a better production design more than Black Panther, but the Oscars went very political and socially political, so then Tyler Perry presents the best cinematography, which was given to Roma, because Roma is in black and white, and you know, black and white usually now means that it's artsy. Okay, continuing on, then James McAvoy and another woman that I don't remember, they gave out the award for the best sound overall to Bohemian Rhapsody, which won, and I say overall because it won both sound editing and sound mixing, which is understandable because they're just trying to, because a biography that is about one of the most notable musicians that ever existed, it should win something that is about that is relatable to sound. And then we got best foreign film, or best foreign language film, which the winner was, no surprise, they gave it to Roma, which I have a little bit of a nitpick here, which I don't think that this should be fair, that you get if Roma is nominated for best picture and you also give it the category for best foreign film, I don't think that's kind of fair, because because a foreign film that is obviously being nominated for best picture, it's gonna be very obvious that it's gonna be the winner of best foreign film. And so I think the Oscar should be organized very well and make a rule saying that, okay, if there's a foreign film that is nominated for best picture, it should not be for best foreign film, because it won't be fair for the other ones who are participating, and they're just there and to be just mentioned, and with that they won't have a chance to win. So if you hear me out, anyone from the Oscar committee, make a better organization of your nominees, and to make a fair game, instead of, oh yeah, this one's gonna be there, so this is the best, and it's gonna be obvious that they're gonna win. So please be careful with that. Be careful with that. Okay, then at least we get a little bit of some crazy choreography of, I think the name was Keegan Michael, where he just drops down from the ceiling with a wire and he just floats around with an umbrella like Mary Poppins. I'm sorry, but no one is gonna top Yondu as Mary Poppins. And all this is because for him he was going to present the nominated song from the Mary Poppins film. Alright, then what we got? Then we got Michael Keaton. He gives Bohemian Rhapsody to Best Editing. I have no comments there. Then Daniel Craig and what was it, Charlie's? I don't remember the name of the actress. They present who is the Best Supporting Actor, which was given to Marshall Ali from The Green Book. I never saw The Green Book. I do want to see it. I didn't give myself the time, and I think I was out of budget during December. And so fair game, because I think he from the clips that they show in the in the nomination clip, I think he was great. That I can agree with. Then Laura Dern presents that there's gonna be a museum of the Academy Award that is that is coming soon. That, I think that will bring me high expectations to return to Los Angeles and go there. So I'm pretty eager to see that. And what else there? And then we comes up with, oh man, you know what? Let me tell you a little bit of a story. Let me tell you a story. One of my most despised passages from the Catholic Bible is a passage that says that when you're a kid, you think like a kid, you act like a kid, and when you're an adult, act like an adult, and all this stuff. I think that you might know the idea of this one. I don't want to bother to remember it. But here's the thing. This passage of the Bible always tormented me. Ever since I was a child, because I refused to kind of kill off my inner child, because that still keeps up my creativity alive. My parents always haunted me when I was a child with that. And it came a while that I just forgot it. It still haunts me up to this day, but here's the funny story. When I was in college, it was obligatory that we had to go through a theology class because it was a Catholic university. And I finally decided to go doing the final exam. And one of the questions was that I have to check the Bible and try to give an explanation of one of the passages. And like a curse, it was that passage of when you're a child, you must think like a child, blah, 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 blah. And it was like, oh, God, no. I literally slumped my head on the desk. Why I'm telling you this? Because the guy who were gonna show that animated picture, he starts out by saying that not even in the Oscars this phrase is leaving me alone. It's kind of like a curse at this moment. But I wasn't very keen by the nomination of animated films. It's kind of like my favorite category because I like animation and other stuff. And but as long as Wreck-It Ralph didn't win, I'm fine with it. And lo and behold, the winner was actually the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, a movie that I absolutely like. Although again, my only gripe is that the movie is about Miles Morales, which I'm not a big fan of. But I can know that a good movie when there is two. Here's my only two nitpicks about Spider-Man winning. Number one is that it's made from Sony Animation, and I do have kind of like this love-hate relationship with Sony Animation Studios. And the second one, and I think that it is fair to say that Spider-Man won Best Animated Feature mostly by posthumous regards, because we lost Stan Lee, and this is kind of like the closest film to make a tribute to him. But anyway, it's fair game. I am happy that Spider-Man won. And after that, we got. Oh yeah, we get a good moment in which Mike Myers and Dana Carvey. I think it was Dana Carvey. I haven't seen Wayne's World, but it's the duo from Wayne's World in which they present Bohemian Rhapsody. That's actually kind of cool. From then on, we get to Best Animated Shorts. Of all the best for the animated shorts nominees, I watched 4 of the 5 of them. I haven't watched the Weekends one, and as much as that I wanted late afternoons or One Small Step to win because these ones feel more personally at home, it felt like it was a cheat that they gave it to Bao. Bao wasn't that great, I must admit. It was actually Bao was kind of creepy. And I think they just win just because it's Pixar. That's the only explanation they decided to give it to Bao. And I disagree. Bao was creepy. And then we got Best Short Documentary, in which the winner was period, end of a sentence. And I like the expression of the winners. So I can feel their happiness and how excited they were. But in my head, I was like, the other documentary, the one that is about these child murder, this killer children. You should be happy that they didn't won, because if they had won, oh man, there was going to be a controversy. Not because of the subject matter, but because of the story behind the production of that film. Sorry for the interruption, folks. My camera just ran out of batteries, and I have to connect it, and so I have to improvise here. So sorry if if the camera is a little bit badly set up. But anyway, let's continue on with my opinions of the winners of the Academy Awards of 2019. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah. Then we got Paul Rudd and Sarah Paulson, who gave the award for Best Visuals to First Man. I haven't seen First Man, to be honest. I don't know if the visual effects are great or not. I heard stories saying that it looks good than IMAX. But considering the other nominations, I think that I'm very used to movies like Ready Player One and Black Panther. Oh no, Black Panther wasn't nominated at least for once on this one. They gave it to Infinity Wars. Although, truth to be honest, I think that Infinity War should have been nominated for more instead of Black Panther. And let's continue on. The best short film. I want to apologize before saying that I think I made a mistake. I think I was talking about the Killer Children in Best Short Documentary. That wasn't true. It wasn't a documentary. It was actually a short film. The one from the short film about the killer children. The killer children. It is a case that is known. I think it was in Britain, in which a 10 and a 12-year-old child, they have this malicious act of murdering a 2-year-old child, and yeah, it is very shocking, and behind the production of the short film, they had problems with because apparently they made the movie without the consent of the mother of the victim, so much that she even tried to ban the movie, and well, it is a good thing that I think it was kind of like a good thing that it didn't win, because man, the fire was gonna be if that movie won. No, actually the winner for best short film was actually given to Skin. Okay, continuing on before I get a little bit more grim about this case. Then we got Samuel Jackson and Mari Carson, I think it was called. They present the screenplay awards. The best original screenplay was given to The Green Book. Funny story, I heard that this happened in real life, and I think one of the guys complained that the movie was full of lies. I don't know about it because, again, I haven't seen the film and I don't know much about the story behind it. But okay, I'll buy it, The Green Book. And the best adapted screenplay was given to Black Klansman. And Spike Lee, his speech is probably the only closest thing to become a little bit too political. But, that's Spike Lee. But again, the only thing I'll remember from Spike Lee on this award ceremony is how he was dressed up with this Purple Prince get up. That, again, he could be a perfect Waluigi. And then we got we got Michael B. Jordan and Texas Thompson, I think she was called. They presented the best original score, which was given to Black Panther. But I think that again, Infinity Wars had a better score. And then we finally get to the best original song, in which of the 5 nominations, only 4 of them they performed. They didn't perform the one that came out for Black Panther. And well, the winner was fairly obvious. The one that wins was "Shallow" from A Star Is Born with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. I haven't seen the film. I heard some good things. I think that I liked the song from what was it? The Cowboy song. I like it better, mostly because I have a soft spot for country music. Then we get John Bailey, the president of the Academy Awards, and giving his memorandum to all the people that we lost, like Margaret Kidder, Stan Lee, and there were a few people that I recognized, but at least I was so happy that they did include Will Vinton. Will Vinton, I'll never forget him. I'll never forget you. Alright, we're almost done. After that, we got Barbara Streisand presenting the next nominee. And well, I'll talk about the nominees later. Then we got Gary Oldman and another woman that I don't remember the name. God, I think that I have a problem memorizing the name of the actresses most of the time. And they're gonna show who was the winner from Best Lead Actor. And the winner was Rami Malek from Bohemian Rhapsody. Here's my gripe, especially about the clip they use. The clip they use to showcase him his acting lessons. The thing that kind of that got me is that I think that they shoot a clip where he was singing. And what he was singing, I think that it was dubbed to the original Freddie Mercury. It was a dub clip. If I'm wrong, correct me if it was. But I don't think that this is a good clip to showcase your best acting as a leading actor. It's kind of like it felt like cheating in my opinion. And okay, then we got Frances McDormand and Sam Rockwell. They go to present the best lead actress, and the winner was Olivia Colman from The Favorite, which my relative and I were disappointed. We all wanted Glenn Close or what was it, that the Hispanic woman from Rome to win. I think they did a better job compared to Olivia Colman. And then we got Guillermo del Toro presenting Best Director, who, well, it was given to Alfonso Cuarón from Roma. And then we finally got Julia Roberts showing Best Picture, which the big winner was... It was The Green Book. Honestly, I was surprised. I never expected Green Book to win. Never expected. I feel that I should watch the film. I saw Brad Jones' review after the Oscars, and he says that it is a good movie, a little bit kind of like another run-of-the-mill anti-racist movie that, at least for the benefit of the doubt, it's not as grim as these kind of movies go, because to be fair, not every movie has to be Detroit. And I feel curious to watch it when I feel curious enough. But still, it was kind of like a big surprise. But either way, I'm happy because as long as Black Panther didn't win Best Picture, I'm happy with it. Yeah, sue me. I still think that Black Panther didn't deserve to be nominated as Best Picture. Not because of the reason that you think of, but I still think that they just put it there out of political appeasement, which in a way it feels that undeserving. But anyway, that's all I have to say about my opinion of this year's Oscars 2019. It was really, really standard to the point that it was kind of uneventful. And almost nothing happened. Nothing entertaining happened. And everything was so by the book that it was just pretty much generic. I feel okay with the nominations. I don't think the nominations were too strong enough this year. I just hope that next year is gonna be as strong as the other ones, especially the animated ones. I just hope that we get better animation nominees for this one. I just kind of wish that How to Train Your Dragon was accepted by many people to the point that they should be given an award. I still think that How to Train Your Dragon was snuffed out by freaking Big Hero 6. And again, Oscars, can you hear me out, Academy Awards? Is there a possibility that we can ban Disney from, at least for a year, from winning all the awards? Because it's either Pixar or Disney that they win. And I think you're too biased to that. Bao didn't deserve it, sorry. Okay, that's all I have to say about Oscars 2019. I'll see you next year.